2 what? 2/6. Very good. Don't get confused. It's not 2/4. It's not the amount shaded compared to the amount unshaded. It's the amount shaded compared to the whole thing. And someone tell me what my orange fraction represents. Kalia?
30.
Very good. And my last person needs to go ahead and add them together for me. Christy?
5.
Excellent. What was the only part of that number that you changed? The numerator or the denominator? It was the what? The numerator. And unfortunately Keenan yelled out, but he did point out that it gives us the answer. What that does, it's just showing me a visual representation of our added fractions. We just take the blue, put it with the orange, we get 5 out of 6 shaded in. Do you have a question, Jadarius? Okay. Really quickly, we're going to get to some basic subtraction, and we know we follow the same rules. So someone go ahead and tell me, what is my answer going to be, and please explain why. Jadarius, go ahead.
7, 8, 9, 5, 8 equals 2, 8.
Excellent. How'd you know? Okay, and why didn't you change the denominator? Excellent. Perfect reason. All right, our last one, and then we get to some sweet word problems. And again, this is like the other one where we have to figure out what the picture means. And I would like to hear from LeBrandon. How'd you know? Okay, and how did you get the 8? Perfect. All right, someone give me my next fraction, my next orange. Andrea?
5.
Excellent. How'd you know? Well, a 5 what? 5 what in the picture? 5 are shaded. And where'd you get the 8 from? Andrea, we got it from the whole thing. Okay, and someone without looking at the picture, even though it's up there, just tell us what our subtraction problem is and how'd you know? Devin? 2 8s. How'd you know?
7 times 5, I got 2, and we need an 8 times.
Excellent. That was a perfect reason. All right, let's get to our first word problem. Let's go ahead and get someone to read this, and then I can kind of explain what it means. Damien, go ahead.
At any given time, 2/5 of all glow bugs are glowing in 1 termite mound. 1/5 of glow bugs are glowing in other termite mounds. What is the difference between these numbers?
Okay. Now, I've tried to find a video for this, but in a country called Madagascar, there are these giant mounds that are taller than you, and they are filled with bugs called termites. And inside those termite mounds, another type of bug lives there. It's called a glow bug. It's a lot like our firefly. And instead of glowing yellow, it glows green. And one night every year, when these glow bugs decide to lay eggs, they all glow. Only one time. So that's what this is referring to, is these giant mounds with these green bugs glowing in them. So I see a word problem. Can someone tell me what we need to do in order to solve a word problem? What strategy do we have? Ricardo? Q-dog. So can you go through the first step of Q-dog for me? And that is when we do what? We underline our keywords. And I can't underline them here, so I'm going to go ahead and write them out. Can you tell me what it is? And what does difference make me think of? Okay. So we already have our plan. We know where we're going. What's my next step in Q-dog? Christy? Data. Okay, so what's my important data here? 2/5 and 4/5. Okay, what's my next step in Q-dog? Jadarius. Attack it. So how do I attack this? Okay, very good. My numbers aren't in the right order right now. We know we need to have the bigger one first. Ignore it. Just ignore it. 4/5 minus. And what do I get you, Darius? Very good. Say it the right way, not 2/5, but 2/1. Alright, what's our next step in QDOG? We don't do this one as much, but I do want to do it at least one time today. Christy. We've done Q, we've done D, we've done A. What's next after QDOG? Remember, it's QDOG. Good. So what's that next letter? Not yet. What's the next one? Write it out. Okay, so when I write it out, what am I actually doing?
Write it out.
In a full sentence. So can you answer this question for me in a full sentence, Christopher? Read the question for me again.
What is the difference between these numbers?
Okay, so go ahead and answer it. Somebody help him. Come on, Julia. Question asks, what is the difference between these numbers? And we say, in a full sentence, we say, let's get someone to help Andrea out. That's okay. Jadarius? Okay, not quite. Mercedes.